this was a fun one last year when we were doing rankings. Is Blaze Jordan? Blaze Jordan was
Yep.
actually probably my funnest conversation to have about a prospect because man, I was completely down on Blaze Jordan. I was like, he's a flash in the pan. He's a YouTube star hitting 700-foot home runs. You can watch our last year's ranking on Blaze Jordan. We were just like, there's no way that this guy's going to be a good baseball player. Um, Lo and behold, here we are. Blaze Jordan, our number fifth ranked first baseman by Scout stat line, and I agree with him. Blaze Jordan's awesome. Blaze Jordan, born December 19th, 2002, in South Haven, Mississippi, drafted in 2020 by the Boston Red Sox, round 3, pick 89 overall, out of high school, DeSoto Central, out of South Haven, Mississippi. I could run through all the numbers, but I'm just going to do 2023. He sat in A plus league to start the year, and then he got promoted to Double A at only 20 years old. Throughout the year, he had 476 at bats. He batted 296, had an on base percentage of 350, slugged 481, on base slugging 831, 18 home runs, struck out 75 times and walked 40. Those are good numbers. 32 doubles. I I can't over exaggerate how I felt about Blaze Jordan when I first started seeing him. And I think he was just like a sophomore in high school when he was on YouTube just blasting home runs. I thought they were just, donuts right down the middle that he was just blowing up. No, the kid's a hitter. The kid's a hitter, and from what I've heard, he's one hell of a defender too.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't speak much to his defense, but I agree with you. All around hitter, surprising given what we expected from Blaze Jordan. And I mean, what's really fascinating is one of the things that I'm least concerned with when it comes to him is his strikeouts. He doesn't strike out very much. In fact,
That's
he could
crazy.
probably stand to swing a little bit harder. He could probably stand to swing a little bit harder, try to squeeze a little bit more juice out of it because his strikeout rate is so manageable at this point. And
Yeah.
20 years old in Double A. Just recently, I ran out a poll, and I always have a reason when I run out these polls on Twitter, right? And I said, who would you rather roster between him and Brady House? And it was like Brady House in a landslide won that poll. It was 80-20 last time I looked. And Brady House had a nice season this year, but I think this one is a lot closer than most people think it is. Because most of the comments were like, this one's in a landslide. I don't know about that. Blaze Jordan is a complete hitter. I don't see a lot of risk here. And there's some upside, I think, too. I think that power could come. He did set a career high in home runs. Granted, he doesn't have a long career behind him. His numbers look better than they ever have. And he's now going to be in the high minors as a 21-year-old. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we usually get super excited, like ridiculously excited when a 20-year-old is in Double A. And you can say that about any prospect. A prospect that's only 20 years old in Double A, we're super pumped up about it. And I don't hear a lot of fan favor around Blaze Jordan like there should be as opposed to other prospects. I'll be completely honest with you. I just don't see it. And I'm on the bandwagon now, man. Blaze Jordan's freaking awesome.
I don't want to get too bold with this because Casas has had a really good start to his career.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about him with Cavadas and your bold statement of how Cavadas was going to be the guy to take first base. I mean, I think if there's somebody that could do it, it's this guy right here. Blaze Jordan could be the guy to supplant Casas if he's not able to sustain the level of production he did this year. It was a really good start to his career, so obviously you give him the benefit of the doubt, but Blaze Jordan is looking really good with a lot less risk, and I think he's somebody that could pull it off. But for whatever reason, Casas got a lot more fanfare than Jordan, despite the way that Blaze Jordan's career started, which was the YouTube sensation sort of thing. So yeah.
In the minds, and I'm speaking as a complete layman, I guess, is the best word for it. Just a complete bystander on the sidelines. Maybe the YouTube kind of turned me off. But now I'm looking at it as a baseball player. Like, this guy's really freaking good. And he's not just this, donut down the middle, 700-foot home run. He's just a damn good baseball player. And good on you, Blaze Jordan. Good on you, man. Stick it right in my face and say, get the hell out of here, Brian. Who the hell are you?
What have you ever done, dude?
Yeah, no doubt, right? Blaze Jordan. Blaze Jordan's got a comp of Omar Narvaez.
That was the White Sox catcher. Yeah.
Okay.
He seems to pop up quite a bit for us on the comps. Pretty solid catcher, I guess, who had some pretty good years, but he wasn't like a revelation by any means. Sure. I don't love that comp, but I can see where they're pulling it out based on the projections, which is no speed, pretty decent power, and a pretty solid bat. He grades out as pretty average with hit and power, but I think there's another level of potential for Blaze Jordan. So,
what do you got on Blaze? What do you think on Blaze Jordan? Is he go get him?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of all boils down to the price, right? I do think Blaze Jordan is a top 100 prospect. In fact, I have him and Brady House back to back in my rankings. I couldn't tell you which one I have first. I think I have Brady House one spot above Blaze Jordan. So I see their value as being really similar. It doesn't seem like the general population views it the same. Not saying you should trade Brady House for Blaze Jordan, but if you could get him for sub 100, top 100 prospect prices, then I think you go get him for sure. I mean, if somebody that owns him was taken by, the sensationalism when he was younger, he's probably not going to be somebody you're going to be able to, or you're not going to want to pay the prices anyway to get him. So, what do you think?
I'd give up a regular everyday MLBer for Blaze Jordan. Let's say a Brandon Nimmo, for example. I think I'd do that.
If you're going into a rebuild, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.